got disconnected, but we reconnected. So I feel like I probably lost everybody, and it's really so fucking late in the night that it's now early in the morning. But for me, at least, the sun isn't quite up, which is usually my indication to end the stream. So if anybody comes back, we'll just be wrapping up some things that we talked about. And oh goodness, the computer is doing the stuff again. Oh God, why? Who knows, right? Okay. So, yeah, kind of a weird time, but once more, seeing if anybody comes back, of course. Pretty fun stuff. Pretty fun stuff. Sorry about the disconnection. I have to roll the ads though. It's saying I'm gonna roll ads. Hopefully we stay connected. If not, just know it's the internet. It's not me or you or anything. I'll be right back. 3 minutes. Well, thanks to the two of you for coming back. Sorry that we got disconnected. Okay. So, 4 on the timer. Love that. Especially because as I played the ads, I noticed it was 1 minute and 11 seconds. Yeah. Don't really. I think we left off on like gay panic. We don't need to revisit it. Women are beautiful. We get it. We know. Okay, you are one. Oh my god, crazy. Great that you just got here, noticed. Okay. Cool. Um, but ultimately, what we were talking about was love. So somebody had brought up feeling like they were missing some love in their life, perhaps more in a romantic sense, was how they had brought it up. But the reason we ended up getting disconnected during a conversation about gay panic was indeed because we discussed a long course of love. Hi, Wolfie. You weren't even here before, and now you're here now. Hi. Good morning, or evening. Good night. It's like 9 o'clock in London. Or you're not in London, you're in Australia. It's probably like 7:30, maybe 8 in the morning. No, PM, I mean. Right? Okay, it doesn't fucking matter. What are assessments? Is that like, yeah, okay, I was close. Is that like testing in Australia, or I need to joke about scratching this part of my body because someone else did in a previous stream. Common place to get a tattoo, don't you think? Sorry, I got deep in thought for a second. Okay, so we were talking about that, yeah. So it's hard to wrap up a conversation. Yeah, okay, I'll see you. I see you. It's very hard to kind of wrap up a conversation that got disrupted. And for the people who watched it are not back, it seems, and they probably won't be. I think I'm guessing some of them went off to sleep because it's late now. But yes, we were talking about love, and I was saying that there's something about it that sort of transcends beyond self-love or romantic love or platonic love or any kind of embodied love, and there is such an essence of love, right? And you might say or compare this to something like we talked about energy or even dust particles or lights. Okay. Something that's both tangible, abstract, hard to fathom, hard to define, hard to see, but knows that it's there and exists because there is some evidence and some proof of it, right? Cool. Cool. So that was the basic concept we were discussing. So the reason it came up was because somebody was saying perhaps some sort of unfulfillment in their relationship life or their love life is how it was sparked. And so we got down to this road a few hours. And of course, we're reading the Book of Love here now. It's a book of psychedelics, but psychedelics are really about love. So it was a long road to learn to love myself, and I do admit that yes, there were some substance of influence, but not a reliance. It was never really much of a reliance for me. It was things that I wanted to learn from the things that I did. I always recognized that going in, and my intention was to learn. My intention was never to get fucked up. My intention was to learn. With everything that I did, because I'm a scientist above all things, right? You gotta live based on the scientific experiment. How can you really know until you try? So the same applied to love. I lacked certain love in myself. I lacked feeling a certain connection to others that I would quantify as love. I lacked any sort of romantic love. I barely had any platonic love. I suppose I had some familial love, but that looks different for everybody, right? So I sought love in my life. But I sought no love in particular. I sought love. This was love. I wanted to know what it was. I wanted to know what it was like. I wanted to know how it felt. I wanted to know about its emotions and about what it makes people do and why it's so coveted and inspiring. Because as an artist, sadness, depression, anger, angst, humility, shame, guilt, all of those things, the suppressing emotions, resisting emotions, that all worked for me in the creative sense for a long time. I've always been an artist. I've been songwriting since I could write. I've been painting since I could hold the brush. I've been saying I wanted to be an artist since I could talk. No exaggeration. As soon as I found out what it was, that's what I want to do. Yeah. I have always known since birth. I don't know why people were so set on taking it away from me, getting it out of me. That's on them. It's not up for me to explain or decide why people did that. It's my job to hold on to it. It's my job to do it anyway. It's my job to say, wow, what a good game of adversity that God has given me. Okay. What a good game of adversity that God has given me. Okay. Okay. I like that one. What a good game of adversity that God has given me. Okay. Great. Great. I love that actually. Sounds good. Okay. Embrace these things that happen. I wanted to know love up and down, in and out. I wanted to know what people were so crazy about. Because eventually I found it. And what I found wasn't necessarily falling in love with a person. And it took a while to fall in love with myself. Because those things happened simultaneously, while neither one of them happened at all. Yes? Because if I really loved that person, I would still be with them. And if I really love myself, I wouldn't have let myself live the way that I did. False identifying love. However, learning love at all. Learning the plights of love. Learning the languages of love, the plots of love, the characters of love. Embracing it. Existing on its own, outside of us, outside of ourselves. A call to nature. A sound in our hearts. A frequency, as some might say. Your vibe attracts your tribe, right? You are your own miracles in life. You manifest through the eyes in which you see the world. Okay. Okay. So, what does that mean for us? Well, I guess I'm going to look through eyes of love. Well, everyone's vision of love is different. If I look through the eyes of love and I look through the lens of love and I look at someone whose love is very different than mine, then I might act a certain way that isn't in character or in a tandem with who I am or how I love. Yes? Because I'm going to let them see love through me, however they envision love, or however it is to be for them, or how it's perceived for them. Okay. Your vibe attracts your tribe. Your law is life. Love is the frequency. The goal is divine. Okay. Okay. It's kind of cool, man. There's so much less pressure than putting a script to it, a title, a characteristic, a physical thing, rather than atonement. Think of it as attainment. Okay. Okay. Rather than alimony, think, harmonious, as if all was in harmony with one another. Yes? Okay. Okay. So it's not so scary, it's not so bad if you break it down to just be like that, where you just want to get people adjusted to your frequency. And if your frequency is love, then let it be. But if theirs isn't, then get on with things, yeah? Okay. So wear and tear down of the things that we build up for ourselves, because sometimes other people don't know what to build. They see you build something, they think, I may not know what to build, but that doesn't mean they should be able to build. I'm going to tear that shit down. Let me just tear down what they built. Fuck them. I ain't got a building, you ain't going to have a building either. Fuck it. Okay, well, that's a weird approach, but by all means, tear it down. I'll build it again, especially if I'm building something in love. what do? It kind of just happens. It's kind of not something you force. It's kind of something you find, something you forge, something you create, but never something you force. Okay. So, perhaps most of my life I never really liked my reflection much because I think I was more self-conscious. I thought more about what people thought. I don't know what people thought. I was a kid. Kids make fun of each other, I guess. Why are we so casual about that? I think for many people who make these jokes, they're not usually the butt end of them. I'll tell you that. Because people who are, their jokes are less funny. Oh, you were joking when it was about me. You're not joking, it's about you. Oh, okay. That's interesting. That's okay. Okay. So, little things in life will teach you these things. Little things will show you how to get adjusted, how to find this frequency, how to find it in others and yourself without forcing you into complications, commitments, and things that you don't want to do or things you'll suffer through in the name of. Real love exists without a body. Real love exists in the mind, right? Real love exists through your eyes. You know, the heart is only one vehicle of expression, one pump in the whole system. Oh, good. I'm glad you're back. I didn't know if anyone would come back. I got disconnected. I'm surprised they reconnected. I can't stay that long either, but I wanted to be able to finish this up. We ended the note on gay panic, and I was like, that's kind of not the direction the stream was going, but okay. Getting back to that place that we were at before the disruptions. But I'm glad you are. Thank you. So, it is a frequency. It is always at large. It's always attainable. It's always in your heart. But until you can work with it in your hands, in your mind, in your speech, in your life, in your actions, in your intentions, in your everyday everything, until you can put love into everything that you've got and that you do and that you have in front of you, then love will never come back to you. You cannot say, I want to be in love. And then treat nothing with love. Careless, reckless, break it. You know? Throw it. Fuck it. How are you going to get love back from that? I'm going to be mean. I'm going to push you away. I'm going to fucking be disrespectful towards my things, people, my life, places, pets. Who cares? Kids. Okay? Myself, my body. Drinking is an act of poisoning the self. Smoking fills the lungs. Okay? It is bad enough we have these practices of self-hatred amongst us that it is important to make sure that you put the intention of love into it all. Okay? Why do people watch my stream just to imitate me is weird. Because it's sad for me, because I have to live like the way that I do, because other people are uncomfortable by my presence. But what that really means is they want me out of the picture so that they can take on my personality, take on my look, take on my characteristics, and become the things that I teach and preach, not by practicing it with me or learning it from me, but by trying to become me. Fucking bizarre. I'll never understand it. It's alright. What are you going to do? Me, personally? Nothing. I'm just going to keep pointing it out, saying absolutely nothing. Because it once more baffles me. Just be yourself, you know? It's like weird. Anyways. Or at least, you know, credit the people you fucking get it from, right? It's just like stealing art to steal my personality or to like kind of quote my streams and pretend like you said it. You crazy bitch. What the fuck? Like, what the fuck? It's so weird, right? It's so weird energy. Okay? And now we're in daywalker hours. You don't want me to be awake during these hours. Okay? But anyways, bizarre. But we'll see. We'll see. I'm not here to get the last laugh. I'm here to laugh. Okay? That's it. I'm here to laugh. I'm not here to get the last laugh. I'm not here to laugh at you. I'm not here to fucking even laugh with you. I'm just here to laugh. And guess what? Usually I'm the thing that makes me laugh the most. So I can understand why I make you laugh too. And I can understand why you think it's funny to try and be me. But let me tell you, all you look like is a joke. Cheers, boo. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. She moves like a breeze. Passing me by. In my life. I think the saddest thing is not recognizing when somebody is, I don't know, kind of like not your friend and they say they are. It's weird. I don't want to get into that. I don't want to think about that right now. It is sad for me. Of course it's sad for me to kind of realize that some people are just in my life to keep tabs on me in a sense. They want to ensure my suffering, and so they come around only if I am. And so if I keep inviting them around, I keep inviting around my suffering. Well, why would I do that? Well, because they say that they are my friend. They say they love me. Why would I not give them that chance to prove it to me, to them? But alas, I am inviting my suffering in. How can I do that to myself? And where is the self-love if I can love the loathing? That sounds like a conundrum to be in. Okay. It's kind of a lot to think about. Yeah. Well, buck up, you keep going, because there's more and more and more and more. There's always more to learn. There's always more to do. There's always more to see. There's always more, of course. It's about what you strive for and why you strive for it. Do you strive for these mile markers of supposedly love to impress your colleagues, your friends, your coworkers, your peers, your parents, your family members, your people, your competitors, right? You want to fall in love. You want to get married. You want to have a baby. You want to have a house. You want to show it off. You want to post the pictures. You want to take the photos. Because what is that for? Did you get to know each other in that process of planning so much? Because if you try to streamline something, if you try to like kind of keep it schedule instead of a rhythm, the rhythm of life. Rhythm is a dancer. Rhythm is a dancer. You know, I'm a dancer. Two different songs. They say a dancer gets high in the field, and the rhythm, and always away. I don't know. For weeks, stopping. How do I still not know the words to it's one of my favorite songs. Somebody asked my favorite song earlier. It might be In the Flowers by Animal Collective, but I don't know all the words, so couldn't be, I suppose. Winter's Love would be a good competitor, but something about In the Flowers always got me. Only Us by Peter Gabriel stands out. Kind of When You Smile by the Flaming Lips stands out. Okay, The Big Sky, Kate Bush stands out. Great songs, all really great songs. Oh my god, I'm getting rated? Thanks, Vert Rose. This was a great time for me to just lull the conversation enough to talk about songs that I like. I think I was listing love songs that I like. It's a good time to join. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the stream. I got disconnected. I've been streaming for 4 hours, and we were having an entirely in-depth, lovely conversation. Okay, a minute ago, 30 minutes ago, got disconnected, took a break, came back. This is a beautiful raid. Raul, thank you for coming. Okay. It says party of 10. There's 20 people here. That was like 15. Okay. Thank you guys. I love you all so much. Thank you for being here. You see the frequency? If you were here for the conversation, then you understand what I'm saying. And if you weren't here, tune in. It's good for you, okay? I don't have any tarot cards out. I think because this is such a big raid, if you would want me to do tarot, I can. If you'll stay for another 10 minutes and listen to us close the conversation. Otherwise, I'm chatting tonight. I'm taking questions. Thank you for being here. Okay. A lot of people just left. Yeah, a lot of people were like, oh, no tarot, gotta go. No, come on. It's like fucking so early in the morning. Some people came for the raid and had to go to bed. I totally get it. I do want to pull up a song and share it with you. No, I'm not doing readings. The fucking connection just glitched, but it seems to be connected. Apparently. Am I supposed to be doing readings or not doing readings? I'm confused. It's like the thought of doing too much energy work makes the internet cut off. Feel like if I get too into conversation, too distracted or something. I don't know what it is. Cool. So I want to pull up a song for you all. But I might be losing the internet. If I get disconnected, I don't think I can come back, y'all. It's late, and sometimes it takes too long to connect. Hopefully we stay connected. Because I would like to talk to y'all. The raid was such a nice touch. Okay, we seem to still be connected. Give me a vision when I have none, and shatter illusions. Whatever, I don't know. Sending a song, it's Coco Portillo. Here we go. Because we're talking about the frequency of love, right? That's what this song is about. That's why I wanted to share it with you. Okay. Because, I don't know. What do you mean by that? Because I'm not gonna do mine. My astral messages come, well, it depends on what kind of astral messages. My mystery deck I use to channel gods, goddesses, guides, and galactics, as well as twin flame readings, because those are extraterrestrial connections, okay? So, that, there you go. Example of how I answer the question when I get asked, not when I receive it. It's like when they type it and send it, but there's a delay in the chat. I answer the question and then it comes through and I'm like, oh, okay. Good thing I just answered that without knowing you asked it, but you were asking it when I answered it. It's so crazy. It's so crazy. Anyways, but if I say astral, I also think of my Guardian of the Night Tarot is, thank you for the follow. Barney the Mystic. Why did I immediately think of kind of like the TED show? The Barney is the magician. Barney Stinson. What the fuck? The How I Met Your Mother. That's what I thought of when I saw your name. Okay, so kind of like what the fuck were we just talking about? Yes. So when you say, I think like the astral plane, astral realm. So I think dreams, and I would think the Guardian of the Night Tarot of my choices. But you meant astro, kind of. When you speak extraterrestrial, right? No, not necessarily. It's still astral. And then third, the Cosmic Deck of Initiation, which is kind of the only deck I use on stream because it's my lightest deck. They're pretty important messages, don't get me wrong, and I can definitely use them to channel the angels. I just rarely ever do it. Yay! I love that for you, okay. Yeah, I did it the other night. It is, but it isn't effective, you know. Sometimes they drag on because it's like they're deep. They're not as draining because it's not tarot, and it's definitely all because it's all universal love and laws of life and whatnot. They're too vague for people to interpret it in a way that's like personal, so it's less exhausting in that way. But the messages are almost like deeper and therefore heavier in a sense. So I'm just not really doing tarot on the stream lately. It's tiring. I got a whole bunch of other stuff to do, you know. I gotta go soon. I'll probably stream for an hour at the 30 right now, so I'll probably make it to an hour, and then I gotta go. Because then I will have been streaming for 5 hours, and the sun will have been up for a moment, as it's up now. So I have to go soon, but not yet. And because we were talking about love, I was thinking about reading about from my book that I was writing, because it's fun, because I like it, because I like to, but I haven't made any updates to it since I last read it on stream, and so I feel like I should save it. But it felt appropriate. It felt like there was something in there I wanted to read specifically, but I can't think of what it is off the top of my head. But then I would want to read it to you, but oh, I can't. Oh, it seems like everybody's tired. Thank you for being here. Cheers. So, I don't think I feel like doing the cards or the reading or anything tonight. I think I will talk for a little longer, wrap up this conversation, and then hopefully write tonight or this morning. This is a great time to write. It's the only thing I like doing at this hour. 4 a.m. to 8 a.m. is literally prime time for writing for no reason at all whatsoever. I don't know why. It's just like gusto, baby. I don't know. Gonzo, gusto, what the difference does it make? Incredible work from 4 a.m. to 8 a.m. I do not know why. But then I also have this thing where I hate being awake from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. So, yeah. It really, for me, slows it down. I think it's because I write so fucking fast and my ideas flow like so naturally and so to such a degree that it's just one of those things where it's like right before I started the stream, posted on my story, about to start the stream, was like 30 mark. And then I went to go close out any tabs I wasn't using, and I was like, oh shit, I left my writing thing open. Let me jot some notes down. And I was writing and writing. I was like, oh my God, I feel like an hour just passed. What the fuck? What time is it? It had only been 15 minutes. But I wrote so much in that 15 minutes that it really felt like I took way more time on it than I did. So for me, it almost slows time down. Right? I don't know. Reading speeds times up for me because I'm like, holy shit, how did all that time pass? All I was doing was reading. Writing, the opposite. A diner for real. Okay. I know you're new here. Don't take this as me being a bitch. Sometimes I am. Sometimes it comes across like I am. Sometimes I don't care that much. Sometimes just at that point in the night. Babes, listen. 1, psychology is cool. Totally. Let's 1A, I'm psychic. 1B, I can explain why midnight to 6 a.m. is that way. Okay. 2, I agree. I'm nocturnal. I've always been nocturnal. Even when I was forced to be a daywalker as a child in the institutions of education in the grip of the state or my parents. Good. Parents isn't, complying to the law. They have to send you have to send your kid to school. They gotta sleep at night and go to school in the day, There's alternatives, but like what? Homeschool? No. Not doing that. Especially with siblings who are fine in the morning and at night or whatever. I've just always been nocturnal. Okay, so yes, that is how my personal energy centers work. But no, I was born at night. Or is that what you meant? But I was born at 8 p.m. So it's, irrelevant in that way. but I think that's when my night starts, is usually about 8 p.m. And I might be up all fucking day. I will be up at 8 a.m. and still start my day at 8 p.m. And just like, I schedule my days light and pretty much do very little because it's like I should be sleeping, but I don't sleep that long usually during the day, especially in the summertime. Um, where it's like I'm at most going to sleep 5 hours. But sometimes after doing something like this, you need the extra sleep to replenish all the energy. But I'm like, nah, we'll feel it. Fuck it. And then come nightfall, it's like, well, this is my usual work hours. So now I'm motivated. Now I'm up. Now I'm streaming. So I've had a whole day. I think I have been up since 8 a.m. But at the same time, yep, there you go. There you go. So it's just like that. So yeah, okay. As a psychic person, I'm very groggy. I'm nocturnal and I'm very groggy from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. And as we discussed earlier, you can watch the previous stream. It's from today, but it got disconnected. That's why we're on the second one. Somebody's fucking flipping through the paper, maybe because it's morning. And getting like earlier we were talking about somebody licking their fingers like food. This I got that they were flipping through the pages of something. So that's interesting. I would assume you weren't listening to this and reading, but maybe, I don't know. No, I don't get how to do that. Will you just hear it if I'm playing it off my laptop? Yeah, I've seen plenty of doctors. They don't fucking know shit. Cool, true. That's cool. I'm a KO for sure. But I mostly identify as like a scientist and a necromancer. I couldn't tell you anything else. And a holy man. Those are my top three identities. Probably not in reverse order. Holy man, necromancer, deity. No, I'm not a deity. Don't say that about me. I could be a deity when I die, but I'm still very much human and alive. So no, I'm not a deity. What did I just say? Holy man, necromancer, scientist. Okay, done. So, well, not everyone's kind of up for that. You can't say we're all deities. It's not true. I don't know if you could uh, fully grasp what it would entail, and if you could fully fathom how many people have zero interest in that. Okay. Some people want to chill. Some people want to rest. Some people want to be forgotten. Yeah. But some of us take the path all the way through, all the way down. And I like that, yeah. I got big things to do over there. It's nice that I'm here. I'm excited for that one. See how long it's going to be. Centuries, probably. It's a long life, so this might be quick. But I will like it. That's why I have a sense of adventure and even a sense, a bit of danger. I'm not necessarily an adrenaline junkie, but I love a good emotional high. I don't think that's very dissimilar. Right. Well, I talk to dead people. That's my thing. They tell me a lot. They tell me about this stuff. That's why I'm like, oh shit, that's cool. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Show me everything, And the way that I confirm it is because you have somebody. They can't. When I you said that, and I said, I thought, oh, that's funny. There's someone super close to you who passed away. They have a name similar to you, actually. You respectively kind of went Barney the Mystic. They were somebody else that kind of adorned a similar name to you because you were that close. You maybe worked together, probably had some kind of show or something. I don't know if that's like kind of a sarcastic Barney and Baby Bop or some shit like that. I don't know. But there was someone in your life and they came through very strongly. Um, right, right. That's what I was talking about. John Lennon was the first one to kind of do that to me, and I was like, oh shit. So you can, my guides are one thing, and I try to keep what my guides say private and help people talk to their own guides, but I don't really try to base anything in that. But the dead people is easy to verify in a sense, where if I can describe what they are and look like, and I've never seen them before, and I don't even know you, okay, dude wore hats. He died a long. Are you older? And he died a long time ago. He was like a type forest type buddy of yours. I don't know how to explain. Maybe he lived in the woods or something. I don't know. I'm picturing like a Peter Pan, not Peter Pan though, looking guy. It's like a certain era, like a 2005 2010 type aesthetic, circus mystic. Like I don't know. Maybe I'm missing. I don't know. Maybe this isn't. I don't know, but that's what I'm getting off you. Um, that it was someone who passed away. Okay, that's not it. It's your friend. I don't know. I can't explain it any more than I already did. So if you can't think of who it was, then it wouldn't be your dad. Somebody who passed away. So I couldn't tell you his ID. Jason Jacobs or something. I don't know. Okay. Well, okay. I just feel like, okay, you're right. It doesn't need to be all about you because I want to be able to get to know the people who are new on my stream. For sure. But we've got limited time because I've already been streaming for like 4 hours tonight. It's coming off as rude the way you are speaking on it. Oh, you're saying from other people you've experienced it. I wouldn't ban somebody for it. I would just shut it down before I actually ban someone. Because I do get to know people when I do hear about their practices, and it's always a pretty equal exchange. But don't start draining. I think that's why you get banned. It's not for talking about it, but it's because you drain, because it's draining. I hear it. It's not like I have not experienced that from you. I don't think you're a bad person. I don't. I don't want you to think that I'm trying to ban you now or agreeing with what they did. I'm sensing why they did it. Hear that message because they don't let you stick around to hear the message. Holy hell. Who? There's this. It's interesting. There's like a persona around you, but you're not actually in tune with you as a person. That's the take. But okay. Anyways, the dead make it very easy to verify these things for me. And it's not just the spirituality, it was not just the tarot. Those things took a lot of time for me to accept as truth or as accurate, right? Or as a skill that I possess, because when I started doing tarot 10 years ago, it was a little more taboo and it was a lot more niche, where if you were in the niche or in the scene and you knew about it, then it was very abundant and it was very open, it was very common. But outside of those niches or scenes, it was still a bit taboo and sort of just seen as general witchcraft and anti-puritanical. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Puritanical ideals about what it should be. Okay, see, you're derailing. I get that there's like a bit of a delay in the chat. Oh, good, a necrophiliac? What? The fuck's happening? Account created 20 seconds ago. That's not what a necromancer is. It's not the same thing. What the fuck, dude? Okay. I don't mind the question. I don't think, okay, pardon me, Barney. I don't think you were when I said whatever I just said about the distraction, I don't think it was you. I think it was that. I think I sensed that coming in right as it was coming in. Your question, please elaborate. I don't get what you're saying, and I don't remember what we were talking about. But what the fuck, this necrophiliac for? What the fuck is that about? Can somebody explain themselves? What the fuck? It calculated 20 seconds ago. Come on, dude. Who are you? Because we'll talk about the necromancy. I just talked to the dead. I don't fuck them. What the fuck? Okay. Anyways, gosh. It's a long road to acceptance, anyways, in the short. But this overall conversation was about love and finding love as the frequency it exists on its own rather than the exchange it becomes between two people, or even of the self. Okay, so there are plenty of things that you can do to like accept you for you, accept who you are, accept who you might be, and accept things for the way that they are and the way that they unfold or become, because everybody's got a role to play, and the more you want to play somebody else's role or play a role for someone, the less you are playing the role that you were given or meant to have. Okay, because why else would you be on the outside looking into something if it was meant for you? Okay, and that's a hard lesson or a pill to swallow. I too look at things and wonder how I ended up on the outside of them, if or when I was once on the inside or felt like I was or felt like I belonged there, then I'd be there. It's plain and simple to me and easy to see now. Okay. So when you attune to the actual frequencies of love, you recognize in ways you did not treat yourself proper. You recognize in ways you did not treat others proper. You recognize in ways that you were lied to about what love is. You recognize in ways you identify love for what it is. You recognize the ways that you had love, your weaknesses, your strengths, your patterns, your languages, your loving, okay? And you see love for what it is, a separate energy outside of you, outside of your body, the same sort of frequency or energy that much of nature attunes itself to. Okay, that is why nature blooms in the way it does. That's why sacred geometry exists to some degree or some extent. Okay, yes, that's cool. I think that's cool. Okay. So once you can master that, accept that, see that, recognize that, that's when you can start to take these things on into your life. That's when you can start to become. That's when you can start to be them. That's when you can see love for what it is, regardless of how it treats you, regardless of how it looks, regardless of how it's been, regardless of what you thought it was. Because if you thought it was intrinsically tied to some kind of romantic exception or validation, or somehow was inherently something that you had to have for yourself, it's first something that exists outside of you. Okay. That's how you find love. That's how you find the capacity to love and to do it quickly and to do it easily and to say it freely. Because I do. I'll be at the drive-thru. It's one of my favorite times because how bad of a day does a drive-thru worker have? Pretty much every goddamn fucking day. You're talking about fast food, okay? And I'm not hating on that position. I could never do it though. I couldn't do it. I get too fucking mad. I would be the type of bitch because I would never fuck with somebody's food, but I would fuck with that window. I would fuck with that headset. Oh my god, dude. Like, could never do it. Could never do it. So when I have very pleasant people working the drive-thru window, they need to know that. They need to hear that. They need to be appreciated for that. I'm fucking dead ass. I am fucking serious. If I give them a complicated order and say, can I do this and this and da 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 da, and they say, okay, sure, yeah, hold on a second. I got you. What else you need? A big ass spot, how ass, thank you so much. I love you. Okay. And you're leaving, you're like, I hope you have a great life. I really appreciate this. Some people don't even say thank you if they know that someone's just doing their job and they have to do it and they're getting paid to do it. Some people will make a mess or be rude just because someone is stuck doing their job and forced to clean up after you or forced to accept it. People go out of their way to treat those people poorly. And that is a lesson I learned in high school. That was a conundrum I came across. I can't even remember if these people were friends with me or not. Must have not been. But I remember being in the cafeteria in high school. Okay, this is the type of person I've always been. I've always been a bit of a vigilante, rebellious type of rogue person because I align with no one and nothing. Morality is not authority, and it is not lawful by any means. Okay, misaligning, aligned to love only. So, okay, there was these kids, and I went to a fucking high school with a lot of like rich kids, and a lot of rich kids are entitled. It's not always like that, and not all entitled people are rich. Not all rich people are entitled. Just so happened to be a cross section. It was obvious. Okay, so some of these fuckers, right? Maybe just disrespectful out of their mind, drug addicts too, which that was my type. Okay, and to some level, probably rich and entitled too. Rich in some ways or to some perspectives, even if not for my own cast of class. Yeah. Okay. Keep going, keep going, keep going. So, in high school, we'd be in the cafeteria. There would be kids who would just leave their fucking trash on the table, even though it wasn't that big of a cafeteria, because we had two. The other one was bigger. Okay. And there, like, one time was really mortified. I don't even want to get into it. One was bigger, the other one was smaller. So we were in the smaller one, which is even more embarrassing. The tables were smaller. The cafeteria itself was smaller. The garbage can was 10 feet away, on the way out the door. And these fucking asshole kids would just leave a goddamn mess everywhere, all over the table. Because there would be days that I would be pissed off, but I would clean it up. And these lunch ladies would come and wipe the table up after me and say, "Thank you. These kids are so rude. Because I'm a volunteer. Because I don't get paid that much. Because my son goes here. Because I am this and that." I could cry for them right now, thinking about that. Okay, no problem, ladies. The garbage can's right fucking there. I honestly don't know what their problem is. But you know what else? I also dug through the trash and got all the returnables until my school got a receptacle for the returnables. Vigilante justice. I am not a social justice warrior, you fucking bitch. I've been on the ground fronting ever since. My hands been dirty, okay? My boots been covered in blood. What the fuck are you talking about? Fake what? Day one, motherfucker. Day one, right? Don't stop me now. Don't stop me now. Pretend like I have not always been this person, right? Some days I would clean up. Some days not so much. Some days I say, "Hey, why do you do that? Why do you leave your trash on the table when the garbage can is right there?" Because it's their job. Okay? But it's your job to clean up after yourself. Yeah, but I don't get paid to clean up after myself. Okay? They don't get paid to clean up after you either. They get paid to clean the lunchroom. Yeah, but I ate in the lunchroom. So they have to clean up after me if I leave a mess because they have to clean the lunchroom. Okay, I guess. Then I'm gonna do it. Right in front of them. Okay. What weird logic to follow. What horrible things you to think of. To think that someone owes you that. Because at this time, what was minimum wage? $8.50 an hour? Legally, federally? $7.40 an hour at the time. Okay, so these fucking lunch ladies are getting paid like that. To wipe down tables and serve food and make sure there's no fights that broke out. Okay? And you want to sit here and say that it's appropriate to leave your trash on the table because someone else is getting paid to clean it up. Because, okay, you couldn't be bothered to pick up the trash and carry it on your way out in the direction you were already going and put it in the trash can that was there for you to put it in. That is a level of entitlement that I can honestly say I never had. Because I had to clean up after you motherfuckers because I felt it was unfair for the lunch ladies. And they appreciated it, unlike any of you. Okay. 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 That's cool. That's cool. It took a long time to accept any of it. That you may ask. Like I said, that weird energy where I was like, wait a second, Barney, are you a weird energy? No, it popped on right immediately after. Okay. It's okay. You're okay. I don't know if you're still there, if you left because you felt like I was talking to you about that, and I misaligned the energy, and I apologize for that. 10 toes down, all hands on deck. What are you gonna do, bitch? Forget? Forget what? Everything you ever did? Yeah, right. Okay, kid. That's how karma is. Don't think I didn't take notes. On myself, number one, yes. What kind of scientist would I be if I experimented on anyone else unethically? Is how that goes. You can only experiment on the self. You can only analyze the self. You can only observe the self. You can only test on the self. And so I did. That's it. Anybody else consented to me. And then situations in which I really started this stream by admitting, okay, maybe sometimes I have manipulative, coercive energy and I don't even recognize it because I disguise it under the guise of something that it isn't. Huh, okay. For that, I am still learning. For that, I am still perilous. For that, I still have weakness. For that, I am imperfect. Okay. Very cool. Very, very cool. Okay. Perfect. Cool. Cool. Oh, I love that. It's great. It's really great. Okay. But that's all just to say that somebody was curious about their love life, yeah? And how they get it going. And that's my answer in the long run. 2-3 hours later. Ha. Okay. That's the answer to love. Is to find it outside of yourself and outside of another person and just existing in the world as is. The feeling you get when you drink water and your body is given life. The feeling when you breathe very deeply and your lungs are full of oxygen. And the feeling you get when your body goes into the sun and it is replenished with vitamin D. The feeling you get when you sleep. The feeling you get when you shower off the things that bother you. The feeling you get when you watch two animals interact with one another in a peaceful way. Okay. The feeling you get when you eat the food that you like. Watch the movies you love. Are you awake for the morning now? The fuck time is it? Oh no, you're awake in the middle of the night? No. Wait, yeah. Oh no. Oh no. You good though? Bitch, I cannot believe I was so earlier that I was talking about that. Okay. Please never speak to me again. Do not even look at me. Never repeat anything I tell you sometimes. All right. Yeah, okay. No interruptions. I'm always in a flow, dude. I'm a fucking rap star and a rock star, but also a holy man and a scientist and a spiritualist and all the other things. Want to see these shoes I'm painting? I mentioned showing y'all the shoes earlier, like fucking hours ago. Totally different crowd. But these are the shoes that I'm working on, and then I worked on them, and then this. I was like, I can't think about this. Is one of the only last bits I gotta do. And then this is one of my favorite bits on there. And then the back is kind of a little, it's very cute. She needs some touch up. I had to ask another artist, a better painter than me, how to make her more realistic-y, but okay. And then what's this? Is blank? Is there like a number? I think there's a number there. There should be a number there. What do you think? Oh, a silhouette in the desert. It's very cool. The booty, the blood. Yeah, so I need to paint those. Get this, y'all. Thank you. Thank you. Hear me out. No, it's shoe goo. Actually, because the shoe was coming apart, so I had to glue it together. And I was like, what if I just did it messy? Since these shoes are shot to hell, dented, dirty, and fucked up, and already broken, what if I just made it look like blood? And then I was like, huh, okay, well, they're pink platforms. I gotta paint them anyway. I have no inspiration what to paint the shoes. Fuck it. I'm going to see fucking Yoshimi. Okay, I guess I'll make Yoshimi shoes. They're pink anyway. Like, that's perfect. Pink robots, stomp them bitches, bro. Boom, baby. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. So, um, okay. So, anyways, I guess. No, but for real, you know how, like, for the past 3-4 days, I've been like, I'm gonna daytime stream and I'll paint the shoes. A daytime stream, I'll paint the shoes. During the day, I ain't got it in me to fucking stream. I'm like, in my free time, please. It's reserved for the night. But at this point, you know, I may have been streaming for the last 5 hours and been up since yesterday, but the sun is up. I am still drinking coffee. All I'm saying, okay, all I'm saying is that I could do a daytime stream right now. This is a daytime stream. I could switch the lighting. I could pull out my paint. It could be a whole thing. That's all I'm saying. Could be. Could be. Do I move too much for anyone to have noticed that I have a color changing light? Or did I sit still long enough for everyone to have already known it was a color changing light? And why am I just bringing it up now? Somebody did just notice, but they haven't been watching the stream that long. Don't feel bad about it. Okay. Cool. And you're a Capricorn? I can't remember anybody's sign right now. A bunch of people were like, I'm a Cap sun, I'm a Virgo moon, I'm a Virgo sun, I'm a Cap moon, I'm a Taurus moon, I'm a Taurus rising, I'm a Cancer and Venus, Mercury, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, planet, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto. I think I said planet in there somewhere. I don't know. Yeah, it's because I got the blinds closed and the lights on. I'm saying I could like really switch it up. We do an art stream right now. I don't think I got it in me, Brew? Who's Brew? Um, yeah, right. So, I do have to roll the ads. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Cool. Maybe I'll grab some poetry I've written. It'll be fun. Not published, but just written, because I've read all the published stuff, pretty much on stream already. But, I gotta roll the ads. I said I was only gonna stream for an hour, but honestly, it's fucking lit right now. Who are all these people watching this stream right now? It's 12 of you? It's like 4 people talking to me, 12 people watching me. A third of. No, a quarter. No, what did we decide? How many chatters are there? 3 or 4? No, 3. So, like, a quarter of the people watching are chatting. 3/4 of you are just kind of watching. It's crazy. I don't know. It's okay. Anyway, I gotta roll the ads. I'll be back in 3. Maybe you could consider talking to me. Okay, y'all, it's fucking lit right now. For what reason? Let me just tell you. I can honestly say I do not listen to podcasts. I appreciate the recommendation, but I cannot get into it. I probably could get into it if I really wanted to, but I don't. That sounds so sassy for literally no fucking reason other than I don't listen to podcasts and I could have just said it like a normal person, but I didn't. I said it like a fucking asshole. That's not accountability, bro. Anyways, I also hate true crime. I just feel like it's manifesting crime into the world. Like, why? I think I have been too close to it to appreciate it for what it is, which, like, some people are curious. Some people need to know what goes on in the world. It's good to be informed, but I can't do it. I also, yeah, I can't stomach any violence, really, except for, like, American Horror Story and now True Blood, and things like that. So, started watching the Twin Peaks movie last night, but definitely fell asleep because I just started it too late in the night. But it was amazing. I cannot wait to finish it. Cannot fucking wait to finish that. Oh my god, so fucking good. And I saw maybe 20, 30 minutes of it. I'm obsessed. I should have known that I would be, of course. Somebody recommended it. They're like, yo, it takes place before the show. And I'm like, you're joking. Okay, cool. Cool. Okay. So, yeah, I did. You can't even tell. I did switch the lighting. No. Okay, no. I'm gay, remember? Not straight. Twin Peaks is for straight people. Well, I've never ate there, so how would I know? Yeah, you gay girl, go look at the girl. Yeah, no, I don't know how to explain it. It's for straight people. It's just one of those things. I know. I know. It's still I can't explain. It's for straight people. I know. It's like Hooters, but it's skirts instead. It's just it's straight people things. It's like, yeah, I could go look at the straight girls. I'm gonna go look at the straight girls. No. No. Come on. You know that. Yeah. I almost went there. Well, somebody asked me to go there. I was like, fuck no. I cannot. Um, but yeah, okay. So I was at Hooters a long time ago. Again, I just feel like I don't want to go gawk at the straight women. It's awkward. It's like, what are you doing to me? You're trying to play me and take my money. No, thank you. These wings are disgusting. Fuck off. Even better. They know I'm gay as fuck. They're like, yeah, this one. I'm like, because I notice. No. I'll never fall for a straight woman again. It's a lie. No, I fall for them. I think every single day there's a new straight woman who could just be like, hi. And I'm like, I am in love with her. I've pined for her my whole life. I've never loved another woman like I've loved her, except for all those other women that I said the same thing about. Gay Panic. Why does it always go back to Gay Panic? It's got a big lesbian crush on you. Suck on. Okay. Anyway, I did change the lighting. I turned the light off and opened the blinds. But I left my rainbow light, so I don't think it looks that much different. It is amazing that I had this much energy, I think, also. It's incredible. I wake up like this, and I don't even go to bed, and somehow I'm still like this almost 24 hours later. That's mind-blowing, actually. It's cool, though. I didn't work the whole time, right? So I rested. I read a book, finished a book today. Wait, I finished 2 books today. No, I finished my Kim Gordon memoir yesterday. Finished a poetry book today. I wanted to start more books, but I got distracted. Did not cook today. Oh, we got disconnected at 4 hours. 1 on the stream. So a while, like a good minute. It's been a good minute. It's been fun though. It's been like my diet changes a lot. So, how in depth of an answer do you want? What are you asking for? What do you want to know about nutrition and diets? So I can answer appropriately and tell you my best gab for something more specific than that. Okay. Finally, Dom signed up for my website. It's so shitty. No, I'm just kidding. Thank you, Dom. Doubt you're still watching, but if you are, it's weird it took you this long. Bong hip for a dab. Cheers. Yeah, I mean, honestly, y'all, let's not even play. This 9 people that keeps going up to 12. I got rated tonight. Like, if it's a good stream, it's a good stream. I work for myself. I make my own schedule. I can sleep whenever. Oh no, I do work today, but I work in the evening today. I am so glad I remembered I work today. I was like, I can stay up as long as I want to. No, I do need to sleep, but I don't need to sleep until later. Not that much later though. We do work. I'm so glad I remembered I worked this evening. Oh my god. Gosh. That's the thing about irregular scheduling and working for yourself and freelancing, and it's just confusing. That's hilarious. I was really prepared to stay up all day, like, I got shit to do, and it's like, nope, you definitely agreed to be somewhere at a certain time. Oh no, I tapped the laptop. That seems to be what's doing the whole screen business. This thing needs to be readjusted. Okay. Sorry, I got clicked off my Twitch tab. I'm going back to it. So we can keep the stream going. Deserts are the mood. Don't you just have to go back to sleep? Honestly, I probably don't need to sleep. Even for the work I'm doing, I don't have to handle any vehicles or money. So it's always a plus for me. I'm like, who cares if I'm not unhinged? People fucking love it when I talk to them. Oh, yeah, no, I feel you, because then you'd have to get up soon anyway or whatever. Yeah, 10 to 4 does sound like pretty solid. That's like 6 hours. Yeah, that's like a full night's rest. I'm lucky if I get 5. A lot of times I'll be like, I slept for pretty much 5 hours, and then I'll kind of do the math. I'm like, it wasn't quite 5 hours. But... Okay, yes, wait, somebody asked something, and then we had to roll the ads. And there was a lot going on. Oh, the diet thing. Okay. I grew up, my grandma is from Italy, okay? So I grew up, we were at her house every single day. And I grew up eating her cooking, period. My parents both, like, cooked, but they both worked. So again, like, I was there 5 days a week or whatever. I grew up eating mostly, like, meat, veggies, pasta, bread, and butter. I don't know. I ate a lot, though. I, like, always have eaten a lot. That's why people are like, oh, you're so skinny, or you're thin, or you're fit. You know, oh, you lost weight. And I'm like, dude, I have no idea. I am so used to just being like a fat kid and everybody always telling me that like I have no concept and definitely see myself as being fat still, but not in a negative way, because I'm like proud to rock a little fucking thickness. Like I like that. And actually sometimes I lose so much weight that I'm like, I don't really want to lose all the weight. Like I'm trying to keep this pizza dough in the back, you know what I'm saying? And he's like on the sides, and a little bum 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 on, you know what I mean? Even a little here. So I like that. It's not negative when I say things like that. So, my diet was always maybe not unhealthy, but not healthy. My favorite food has always been Greek salad. always, every night, it was like a ritualistic Italian American dinner. You would have salad, and you would have pasta, and you'd have a main dish that was meat, and then you'd have a side dish that was vegetables, and then you might have dessert, but with dessert you'd have coffee. Like, that was just every night. I don't know. That was like every night of my life. So I think I've always had like a pretty well balanced diet, but it's not always been like the healthiest diet because it was still very carb loaded, even if it was like vegetables and meat and whatever. It was still pasta and bread and breading and dessert and this and that. And soup, maybe. Pastina was, So, my diet growing up was it was like kind of normal, but kind of Italian. Kind of Italian. 6-course meals on the regular. Okay. Um, my grandma threw down. We would make jokes that she would cook for 40 people if she was expecting 7, just in case the army showed up or something. Like, there would already be so much. And so we'd go home with leftovers, that kind of thing. Such a great energy. R.I.P. The woman who really did teach me how to cook in the kitchen. You was a bitch, but you was a witch, baby. That's on everything. Okay. So, infused biscuits and gravy sounds so nice. Very good breakfast. Okay. No, I said my grandma. I don't think she was Catholic and Italian, so she would cook and she would do ritualistic shit in church. So that's pretty much what makes somebody a witch. So yeah. Going to holy places and doing unholy things. Just kidding. Catholics don't see it that way. But anyways, as a child, I wanted to be a vegetarian because my mom was a vegetarian, and I was like, yeah, you're right, I do like animals. But it was hard as a kid, and I kind of wasn't like allowed to. It was, whatever. There was a bit of a discourse about that. So as soon as I was in high school, my freshman year of high school, I became vegetarian, and I was for 10 years after that. I don't think I was. I think I was healthier, growing up, than I was at that age. I still snacked and ate sugar and candy cereals or whatever, but again, I was having well balanced meals to go with it. But my habits were, I don't think any high schooler has like the best eating habits, except maybe nowadays that they have the internet and they're more self conscious than we were. Somehow. But there's like a certain, I don't know. Yeah, I don't think I was like a healthy vegetarian. I got by, it was enough. My mom being vegetarian way longer than me, like that was helpful. But then you'd be off, and I'd still have like a day where all you eat is hot Cheetos or something. It was high school, right? Like you just skip lunch, you fucking give it like, I don't know. Oh, I popped a pill at lunch, so I didn't eat my lunch. Like, it was not just healthy because I was vegetarian at that age. But as I got older and was cooking for myself, I was healthier, right? But after 10 years, I don't know. Somebody asked me, I was still in my anti-religious phase, anti-Catholic phase, and somebody asked me what I gave up for Lent, and I said meat, but I like hadn't eaten meat in 10 years. So everyone was like, "Oh, you're bullshitting, you're joking, like you don't eat meat, blah blah blah." And I was like, "Bet, fucking yeah." I was like, "Damn, did I just lie on Jesus' name? On Jesus' not just Jesus' grave, but on his resurrection? Fuck." Okay. So Easter came. It was 420 that year. I know. It was 420 that year. And I was like high as fuck. I ain't even gonna pretend like I wasn't high. I was still like processing some really traumatic stuff at the time. But um your girl was eating edibles and smoking weed all morning and showed up for the Easter brunch, that kind of thing. And my brother was like, "Bro, can't even lie to you. I bet $5 that you were gonna eat some meat today." I was like, "Word, my dude, I fucking got you, my bro." And I got you, bro. He's like, okay, I knew you'd come through. It's only $5, so if you don't want to do it, you don't have to, but I want to be right. I have faith in you. I was like, I'm so high right now. I think I do want to eat some ham, you know? And so this honey baked bitch ate some honey baked ham, you know? Yeah. So that's 10 years of being a vegetarian out the window because Easter was on 420 and my dumbass lied about giving up meat for Lent. Okay, cool. Catholic guilt has a stronghold on us all for way longer than we want to admit or realize, yeah? It's all about resolve. Okay, so I had to end being a vegetarian. So after that, I became very health conscious. I became, I think I was already becoming health conscious up until that point. I was making better choices with food. And like I said, I always made relatively good choices because salad was always my favorite food, so I got lucky in that way. Oh yeah, it's like a family tradition to get drunk on Christmas. I actually started writing a country song about it. You know my favorite tradition is getting drunk on Christmas. But that's just like this stereotypical country tune. I don't think I made it up at all. I just put my own words. It's probably already a country song. It sounds just like a different one. Never fully realized the song. Right. So it's true though. We all get drunk on Christmas. It's like you bring a fifth instead of a gift. But there's also gifts for the kids. Relax. But yeah, so I became really health conscious. Probably also when I moved to Colorado, I became more health conscious. And paid more attention to like balancing my diet. So this was probably like 2016. So became a vegetarian in like 2005. Yeah, I lived in Colorado. I don't anymore. But when I lived there, I got pretty healthy. I lived with someone who was raised on like really healthy, natural farm fresh food and stuff. Oh, okay. It's expensive as shit, but I think it's cool, especially if you're in Nebraska. You might as well go. I think. I don't know. I've considered moving back there. Every time I visit, I'm like, oh, should I move back? And then I leave and I'm like, no. No, I shouldn't. But for you, yeah, if you're in Nebraska, just go. Kansas City is cool and probably more affordable. It's not as cool as like Denver, but it's still really cool for the Midwest. Probably better than anywhere in Nebraska. No offense. I drove through Nebraska one time and fucking whole state smelled like shit. Um, the only thing open after 10 p.m. was a sex shop and a gas station. Pulled up to the first gas station I went to and said, "You Are Nowhere" was the name of the fucking gas station. Literally, it was like the fucking awning of the gas station where it usually says like Mobil, Exxon, or BP or something. It just said, "You Are Nowhere." Like, why is this gas station? Or no, I'm sorry, it was the actual building that said that. I don't think it said anything. It was so fucked up. It was so fucked up. It was so fucked up. So then we went to a different gas station because I was just like, where are we? We got stuck in the parking lot of the sex shop that led into a hotel, and then we circled around 3 different hotels before we got out of the hotel parking lots that all connected for some reason but had no exits. Okay, there's like one exit for 3 fucking hotels. We couldn't get out. Oh my god, it was literally, this was all happening at like 11 p.m. midnight. Like, this was me and my Gemini girl, who'd never left the state of Michigan at this point, by the way, is road tripping with me to Colorado. All of my belongings in my car. Okay, so we're lost at the sex shop. We're lost at the "You Are Nowhere." Why would you say that? Why would you say that? I am well aware I am nowhere. You do not need to rub it in. Some dude with a cowboy hat walked by. I was like, we're not going to this gas station. Okay. Pull into the sex shop. Why the fuck is this Dr. John's open right now? Ew. Okay. Why are we stuck in a hotel? Then there was rabbits. The rabbits scared me. I don't know. Okay, so we fucking go to the next exit. We go to a gas station. We're like, okay, it's open. Looks normal. It is not normal. It is not normal. Spoiler alert, the gas station was not fucking normal. Oh my god. We walk in. There's an old man behind the counter. We're like, do you have a bathroom? He's like, yeah. Okay. So we go in the bathroom, and there was like a lady in there, like a fucking bouncer lady. And then like another woman followed us in there and used the bathroom and made us wait for the stall, or I think we wait in the stall together because we were like, what the fuck? Why did we just get followed in the bathroom? It's just a gas station in Nebraska. What can we possibly be doing right now? Okay, I just really needed some gas. It was so scary. And then there was a dude out there with like a younger dude with like a gun. And then he was like, be careful where you sleep tonight or something like that. And then there was a car in the parking lot with someone sitting in it that watched us the whole time. Okay, I'm recollecting this from 2016, by the way. This was like March 2016. Okay. So bad. It was that bad. It's like, yeah, I have a photographic memory, and yes, I literally pulled out the layout of my preschool the other night, but still. So scary. So we kept driving for 4 more hours. I was so tired. I wanted to sleep so bad. And I was like, fuck this. We're getting out of Nebraska. We did not get out of Nebraska that night. I had to sleep. It's a big state. I was like, dude, I need to sleep, but at least the sun is coming up. We're just going to stop and we're going to sleep for a couple hours and then we're going to get the fuck out of Nebraska. And it literally smelled like shit the whole time. Okay, I'm sorry to unload that on you, Momo. I didn't mean to make you feel bad about Nebraska, but that was my only experience in Nebraska and the Lady Gaga song. Nebraska, Nebraska, I love you and I. And we all know what that song's really about. And there's a bitch in Nebraska. Yes. Okay, so go to Colorado. The homeless people in Denver, not really that much. They're all pretty much contained to the one spot where the homeless shelter is from the last I've been there. You might see the occasional homeless person walking around. I lived in LA, man. There's nothing like it. You don't even know homeless people until you go to LA and see what it is really like. To see like in kind of technically, yeah. I have had no address and many times. I've lived in my car or out of my car, couch surfed and been, yeah, wandering for a long time. Because I can have a place to stay and live without really being anywhere anytime. Mostly because it's hard to establish myself, having dealt with the PMDD for so long and trying to transition into a healthier routine. But some of those healthier routines are actually very taboo medicine, traditional but taboo medicine. So it's hard to accommodate to that factor too, where if I'm doing this treatment to help with my PMDD, but the treatments make it hard to work, but the PMDD makes it impossible to work, it's like not functional to do it all. So it's very hard to just like, oh, sure, I have an apartment or a house or, payments this time and that time. It's my life had to be way more flexible than that for that reason, Yeah. I mean, it's not always. I shouldn't say couch hop. It's not like every single night I'm sleeping somewhere else. I use that as a vague phrase. I have slept on people's couches for weeks on and while waiting to get to the next place for sure. I've moved a lot over the years. I don't think I have, and then all of a sudden I do it a lot, and then I'm like, damn, it's a lot, and then I will stay somewhere for a while, and then be like, fuck, dude, and then I get a series of moves. Just because I haven't fully decided on anything yet. I don't know where I want to go. I don't know where I want to be. I don't know what I want to do. I mean, I do vaguely have an answer for all those theoretically, or kind of the ideal version of them, but there's nothing for certain in my life just yet, which seems crazy because it's like you've been on this earth for how many decades, but you have to understand, I just lost out half my life to PMDD, taking half the month of my life every month of my life. It's gone. To mood swings, to anger, to blind rage, to destructive behavior, to lost jobs, to lost causes, to arguments, to, complete self-destruction, complete self-sabotage on that level. I don't know if y'all were doing your research during that ad break a while ago. We talked about this. So, what are you going to do? You're going to do what you got to do. Sometimes what you got to do is not be anywhere for too long. Because you'll fuck it up. Physically, literally. It's like Scary, man. So I'm finally finding ease and peace of mind in alternative medicine, and nobody likes that. Okay, why? Your medicine didn't work. Your Western medicine, your doctors, and I hope that, and I believe that. I have faith in that. For some reason. For no super logical reason other than, well, it works for other people, it should work for me just as well. Or because I know I'm a good person, I've made good decisions, I've made up for a lot of my wrongdoings, and I continue to do that. Okay, because I do feel like my teachings have gotten me places spiritually or mentally and emotionally rather than physically, and I opted out for physical because I was never motivated by money, so I should have expected this life and this road to go down, yeah? Okay, yeah, okay, okay, it's all true. Because I barely think about these things as the day goes on. And some people see that as a flaw. Oh, grow up. You have to ground yourself. You have to be rooted in this life. You have to have responsibilities, and that's life. It's being an adult. Blah, 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 blah. Is it? Because what would you say to the homeless man, right? Is he not an adult? Because things didn't work out in his life? Because he lost his job, lost his house, lost his paycheck, lost his mind, lost his sobriety, lost his benefits, his everything? How many of them are veterans? How many of them are working class men? How many of them are mental health patients who lacked care? What, they're just not adults anymore because they couldn't handle the bills and stuff? Like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? I'm not any less of a fucking, I mean, I don't really identify as an adult, but there's no need for me to grow up. I'm growing. Do you not see it? I'm a whole goddamn garden. I'm sorry that you're a fucking houseplant. Bitch. The fuck? What the fuck? I'm a whole garden. Why don't you take a bite instead of fucking criticize, right? I don't care if I'm going that way. I'm going all over. I love that so much. It's beautiful. Okay? It's beautiful. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Very beautiful. Fuck yeah. Can we please address once more how we've had an average of 3 to 5 chatters all evening, but an average of 8 to 12 viewers all evening? Okay. But what y'all do? What y'all do? What y'all watch me for? Oh, you don't even like me. I'm not even that good at what I do. I'm not even that cool. I'm not even that pretty. I'm not even. Look, and then they leave when I say something. No, some of them have, but now we're in these weird hours of people who don't usually watch my stream. We're getting into daytime human hours. Yes, daywalkers around me. Okay. Cheers, buddies. It's been like this all night though. High views and just less chatters. But again, it's a Twitch thing, but it's also like some people are just weird. I don't know. So, talking about so many things. I grabbed some stuff that I write poetry in because somebody said my poetry was grounding, and I was just kind of like free, well, off the dome stuff. If you ever want to, you can go on my website, and if you look at my Muse page, I have my blog on there. So there's some poetry, some writing. If you scroll all the way to the bottom, you can click through to my vocal media page, but I kind of hate them as a company. I detest them at this point, really. But I have a lot of good work on that site, so you can find the link to that too. You can find it in I think you can find it in my link tree. And my poetry book is available on Amazon, but I can't even really fully access that account. I had access to it once, and then it's like, you don't have an account. What are you talking about? PFD, Kindle, blah, blah, blah. Because it was once CreateSpace, got eaten by Amazon, blah, 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 whatever. This I'm still working on. This I'm still writing. This is still very cute, very beautiful, right? I like it a lot so far. It's very fun. It's very telling of who I am in my art, and also directly inspired and beyond just inspired by Be Here Now. It's actually my response. So I was writing sort of like a research novel about PMDD and my experience with it, what I've learned. But I was only really doing it because it was affecting me so much throughout the month for weeks at a time or every day in a very unique way that I had no choice but to fixate my life on it and to figure out why it was happening or what was causing it. Because in all my years of being plighted with this thing and having communities to connect to and knowing people who've suffered through this, there are very few answers for us. That's great. I don't know what that means. But I bet if you picked a number, it'd be the right thing. 1 through 22, if you're interested. Okay, so there's very little research on PMDD and there's very little cause on what it stems from. There's so many varying reasons people have it. There's so many different results people get. Some people have abnormal hormone levels, other people don't. Some people have trauma and other people don't. And some people are suffering and other people aren't. And some people are autistic or have ADHD and some people don't identify that way at all. So there's no root cause somehow. It's just periods, sort of. It's just like, what the fuck? My personal conclusion was extraterrestrial abductions. I literally, in all my years of research, in all my years of calculating my data, my understanding, okay, seems to be wild disagreements on the cause and the treatment of it. Some people take birth control and it works for them. I cried every day when I was on birth control. Some people take antidepressants, SSRIs, antipsychotics, or whatever, and it helps them. I also cried a lot on those, couldn't feel my legs, was still in pain, suffering emotionally, just was unable to express it, unable to create. I became a drunk almost immediately. Okay, but that works for some people. So, what are you going to do? You got to do literally what you can do to fight it because it literally eats up your whole life. Your whole life. Your whole life. And I still am affected by it every day. In some way, it's just a lot more vague or gentle because I treat it with such things as marijuana or nutmeg or other natural, like taking beef liver capsules, sometimes 6 a day. Okay, eating raw beets, using mushroom complexes, and having fruit on hand at all times. Yeah, the nutmeg stuff's really intense. It's a lot. It's crazy. Me and Nostradamus and like 3 guys on Arrowhead are the only people who ever said, yeah, nutmeg was pretty cool. Yeah. Well, salvia is literally nutmeg. Nutmeg is the fruit that grows on the tree. Salvia is the sort of like the heroin of it. Yeah, the refined version that you smoke. Or just the leaves. I don't know. Salvia is a mild hallucinogen. It's like, I don't know if you smoke enough of it, it'll last for like 20 minutes. You trip almost as hard as you do with DMT, but if you don't smoke enough of it, it's like being stoned. It used to be legal in Michigan up until about 2010, which is pretty crazy to think about. And yeah, we got pretty fucked up when I was in high school. You could just kind of do whatever back then. It was cool. It was like not even the 60s, bro. It was literally the early 2000s. Like, y'all missed the fuck out. This cell phone era ruined everything. And we saw it come undone on the internet. We kind of were like, God, let's just like fake personas and like personalities on the internet, not post our full faces. And nowadays it's like, look at everything. Look at me. And it's like me same. You know, I'm not saying that about anyone else, about me, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's very poisonous, and anything poisonous has toxins in it that will make you more or less hallucinate before you take enough to actually kill you. Yeah? Body probably goes into some kind of shock to some extent, but there's massively hallucinogenic properties in fucking nutmeg. And I think that's why it's a key ingredient in eggnog, and why people say eggnog really gets you fucked up. Yeah. Okay, whoa. I know. Especially because it's very, very hard to drink nutmeg. I always mix it in what? Ice cream. You know what probably has a similar texture to mixing it in ice cream to the point where it kind of melts and you have to just swallow it? Yeah, eggnog. Holy shit. Yeah. Our ancestors were getting fucked up, bro. They were having sacred ceremonies on the fucking, not the Sabbath, whatever the fuck Christmas was before it was The Christmas. Before it was Christmas. I disagree. I've done both. I could not disagree more. Mescaline is way more pleasant. Way more. Mescaline comes from cactus. It's like a hallucinogenic property of a cactus. Mescaline was like acid and mushrooms together. Copacetic. Beautiful. Perfect medium. Intense though. Heavy hitter. But it was cool. It's chill. It was lovey dovey. Nutmeg is like, don't bother. Don't bother. I'm not recommending you do any drugs. I would never recommend that shit to anybody. Doing it is it's so, oh my god, it cannot be good for you, right? Like, just down spices. But it's not that good of a high. It's not that good of a trip. It's kind of intense. I saw Shiva and shit. Like I said, like, I literally talk to dead people, and that bitch scared the fuck out of me, trying to fall asleep. I done my fucking drugs, okay? I'm retired. And I do nutmeg, and I'm like, whoa, that was intense? Like, that scared you? Why? What about it? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I was trying to fall asleep. I was just telling this story. Like, I was trying to fall asleep. Because all right, to explain, if you're still confused as to what the fuck I'm talking about, how it went from the period thing to this. Nutmeg is a hallucinogen in nature. Okay. I don't know what that is. And its hallucinogenic properties can be achieved by consuming like just grams of it in the spice form. Some people eat whole nutmegs. Some people grind up the nutmegs themselves. But no, I mean, you can get pretty fucked up just from eating the spice. Straight from fucking spice rack. Like, it's all the same nutmeg. But again, you have to eat like probably at least 5 grams minimum to feel it at all. And some people eat up to 20, but you can't exceed 20 because you will die. I stick to like my 5 grams because it gives you this feeling of euphoria. And so when I feel dysphoric, something giving me the feeling of euphoria, it kind of just levels me out. It's a very miracle working for me, where it's like, whoa. I don't want to be like so high that I'm like fucked up or out of my mind loopy by any means. But if I'm having these like desolate matrix dystopian thoughts about how I'm not good enough, nothing's good enough, and life's not worth living, and I could eat this intolerable, disgusting paste of a texture that will make me feel like I'm at least okay, then I'll do it, especially if I can still be creative through that process, because the alternative would be taking something every single day and being okay and not being creative and not feeling good ever, rather than just curbing feeling bad by doing it on the spot when I need it and it lasting for a couple days. It's pretty crazy. It's a pretty intense routine because it'll gut you the fuck up. It doesn't matter if you swallow it in capsules, you'll still taste it once those capsules dissolve. It's an intense feeling. And if I didn't get the cramps that I get on a regular basis, there's no way I could handle the way nutmeg feels in my stomach, personally. It's like a reverse enema. I cannot even describe like the smell, the taste. It does not go away until it literally all leaves your body. And then once it all leaves your body, you still will feel the effect of it. Is nuts. It's like absolutely is never something I'd recommend to somebody do. Ever. It's like, why would you put yourself through that kind of pain and torture for a high and a trip that's really not that good? You have to understand where I'm at in my health to need that as medicine. Whoa. Yeah. Because that's PMDD reality. There is no sound, reasonable thing that binds us all as a common denominator or a common factor or a common cure. Nothing. Nothing. It's a 1 in a million chances it's going to work, 1 in 100 things that you can choose from. Oh my god. Okay then. So I went this route of being more natural. I use weed as pain meds and a sedative when I get mentally too worked up. I use even weed lotion for my cramps and stuff. I put it on top. I can't. I was addicted to it. I used it so recklessly, and I was using it recreationally that I don't know. I definitely recovered from drugs pretty well because I have a generally pretty sunny disposition about life and a good attitude, and pretty much can bounce back from anything for some reason. But other than that, no, it's not for me. And I know people do ketamine therapy, also not for me. No. Just drugs in general, pretty much no. But yes, I just self-medicate in these ways. I know when I can drink coffee and when I should skip it. I know when to drink more water and when to drink less of it. I know when to have more iron and when not to. Yeah. Going back to my diet too. I went back to eating meat in 2015, 14. Maybe it was 2014, and then I moved to Colorado and became a lot healthier. So I think 2014. I don't know. Whenever Easter was on 420. Went back to eating meat, but then 2017 I was vegan until 2019. And then I've been going between all of those diets ever since. Usually a weekly pasta and meat when I need the extra iron. And I try to eat as many raw fruits and vegetables as possible. And I like to balance my dairy by keeping it probiotic, such as like a Greek yogurt or something, and keep the cheese, pretty healthy and not too processed. That's my diet. It's just whatever I need at the time. Or even crave. Sometimes I do give into cravings, and I will have sweets and candy and chocolate. And I crave coffee a lot, actually. But I eat what I need in any given moment that I need it, is my diet. I used to say I'm a fuckitarian, but I care a lot about what I eat, and I pray over my food, and I like to cook more than I like to eat out. But eating out is fun too, but I try to be conscious of what I'm ordering and speak nicely to the staff and the food and everything in the space that I'm in too. So it's important, But I think who I'm naturally going to be is always going to come out no matter what I'm doing. For sure. Somebody else got a itchy armpit for some reason or something? I don't know. I should probably go, y'all. I love how like half the fucking views went down and I'm like, okay, it's time to go. No, but realistically the conversation is getting quieter. We have less and less chatters. It's later and later in the morning. It is about time for I do need to sleep. I was like, oh, I can legit almost stayed up all day and was like, fuck it. And then I was like, yo, you work tonight. Okay, no, good point. Good point. I should go sleep now. If I can. Yeah, I think I will be able to. So I said I was going to stream for 1 hour, and now it has been 2 hours. That is kind of nice. Don't you think? Probably because money and I have to. I'll roll some ads. I don't have to at this point if I'm going to end the stream. I have 15 minutes. I don't think I'm going to make it that long. But I was thinking, since I've been streaming for 1 hour and 50 minutes, why not go to 2 hours, right? Why not make it another 10 minutes? But I'm tired, so I'm going to start wrapping it up by rolling the ads, clearing my space a bit. So I'll be right back, and then when I come back, we'll do some post-apocalyptic thoughts. Kind of decompress for a second before I jump off. So if you have any last-minute questions or anything, ask them now, and I'll answer them when I get back, and then we'll talk about how I might be back tonight for a stream, because it's all so early in the morning already. All right, I'll see you in 3. Okay, what's with the robot noises? Who knows? Look how bright it's getting in here. It's kind of beautiful. I don't even want to have to sleep, but I'm gonna probably sleep. Probably pass the fuck out. So, post-apocalyptic thoughts, I did indeed say. And what I meant by that was simply would you say, dichotomy? I think I don't know what that word means, and I use it a fuck ton on the stream. And I'll just be honest about that. I don't even really fucking fully know what it means. It's the dichotomy of man. It's kind of when two parts work simultaneously towards something, but it's not dynamic. It's dichotomy. So it's also the way that it functions in the presence around it, right? I am guessing. I am guessing. Dichotomy. I don't know. A division or contrast between two things that are or represented as being opposed or entirely different. A rigid dichotomy between science and mysticism. Interesting. So it's actually opposites, but it is like they have the connection of being opposite to one another. Okay. So that I was sort of close in a sense. I explained it badly, but that's why it's like perceived around each other, right? Two things working together in the way that they're perceived around each other would be like opposing. Oh, good. Yeah, no. Thank you so much for being here. I'm wrapping it up. I'm over explaining stuff at this point. I'm digging the energy today. I'm so excited for this. Oh, great. Good for you. Have a good time. Please never tell me about that stuff. I am retired. Anyways, because I would never actually condone the use of drugs. I just wouldn't. As funny as that is, I just wouldn't. I talk about my experience, maybe even in hopes that people wouldn't have to go down that road. It wasn't a pleasant one. It was fun. I think about that. It was fun. Pleasant though, I don't think so. I don't think so. And where did it lead? Except for here, which is not very much of a place to be found at all, but one full of love. Okay, that's cool. But I promise, there's a better life elsewhere. Okay, there's much deep wisdom in these words. Somebody, that is somebody. You hear that? That is somebody. Okay. It's kind of come out all night. I was talking like that a lot tonight. And I think it's normal when I'm channeling just general spirit rather than like a specific person or a specific energy or a specific kind of being. Spirit sort of speaks in that ha way. I think God a little bit. But oh, the birds are out. Post-apocalyptic thoughts. I just wanted to end with yeah, it's not dichotomy of language, the linguistics of it. Post obviously is after, right? Apocalyptic. As much as we see the apocalypse as some kind of big Fallout Tower moment for some sort of world's ending, it actually is more of an awakening. It's sort of like when something is revealed and the veil's removed. From what I recall, it's like part of it is to be awakened or something. It's like awake and reveal, basically, if you break down apocalypse. Okay. So when I say post-apocalyptic thoughts, it's like after we have the reading of the discussion and we get the information that wakes us or awakens us in that moment, what are our parting thoughts after we have these revelations with one another? Post-apocalyptic. Yeah, because the apocalypse is the awakening or the revelation or the uncovering. That's never meant Fallout. We made it Fallout. It never meant that. So yeah, we learned a lot of cool stuff tonight. We talked about a lot of interesting things. We didn't do any art, didn't do any tarot, didn't do any reading, didn't do any poetry. But we had a great time and we had a great mini discussion. Lots of I have creepy thoughts. Yeah, no, I know. I do have creepy thoughts. Somebody feels dehydrated. Drink water. I've been sipping on water all night, but my lips felt like a pull or something. It was weird, right? It was just a very strange feeling just now. And my head too. So I'm gonna go lay my weary head. I think today will be a very good day for everybody who participates in it. So, just as if we were doing a cosmic deck of initiation reading, as we sometimes do on the channel, despite not really doing tarot anymore. I apologize if you are waiting. It's not going to happen anytime soon. The law of life is that you have to live it. I love to leave you on that note. The law of life is that you have to live it. Okay, that's tight. Yes, of course, of course. I felt it in my lips, but I was like, I'm fairly hydrated. Like, I've been drinking water. But okay. Remember to drink water. Remember today's a great day. Don't let anything, listen, you want to change your life, change one day at a time in a different way every day. Okay, that's my secret. Well, and he can watch the replay. Or he can be so quick with it that I feel like I wouldn't be able to just put a stream on this first thing when I woke up. I would need like hours to like actually wake up. But change every day in a new way each day. So if I'm telling you the vibe today is I could probably live through this morning and enjoy it, that's a good day. There's something in the air. The storms have passed. The weather has cleared. The skies have opened up once more. We are moving, ebbing and flowing through the energies and forces of this earth and beyond our world, yes. There are so many stars and planets that move around us and among us. And we do see how they have an effect or control on other things, such as the earth and our moon. Yes? The moon controls the tides of the earth, right? It's very interesting how that works. Of course, we might also be moved being 70% water. We've thought about this, of course. Okay, so who is to say there isn't something that would verify that this is a good day and there's something I feel, not as an astrologer or someone who follows these movements, but someone who feels them. So here, let me tell you, if I am going to tell you that today is a great day, then let it be a great day. If something bad happens, oh, she was wrong. It's not a great day at all. Mediocre at best. Today sucks. It's not even good, let alone great. Shame on you. I told you today is great. Why would you let some fool tell you otherwise? Oh, that person didn't get the memo that today's a great day. You think you're going to ruin this great day for me? Sometimes we don't recognize greatness until after it's already happened. I didn't even know it was Friday. I'm like very bad about that, but you're right, it is okay. Yeah. Thank God. Thank God it's Friday. Thank God it's every day. Okay. Cool. I like that too. Yeah, I like that too. Okay. So don't let any fool tell you it's not a great day when it is. Don't let anybody stop you from having the day that you're meant to have. And that's one that is cherished by you, yes? Well, if you're going to have that attitude, then that's going to be on you. Because it's not going to be on this day. This day was gifted to us, and it is a good day. And if something bad happens, you gotta just see the good anyway. Amen to that. Good night, everybody. Have a happy life. Brighter days are ahead for the whole planet. Oh, am I gonna get sued if I don't mention that that's a quote? Okay, why am I such a dick though? I thought we were out of your fuckboy energy and into your wisdom zone. Yeah, did you see how wise I was for the past 6 fucking hours? I deserve a little 5 minutes of fuckboy here and there. Holy hell. Okay, why though? Why is that how you blow off steam? I don't know, man. My shadow pops out. Peter Pan, okay? Bitch, what? Alright, I scolded somebody for calling me that on here. Please don't. We all go by our screen names. I should be no different. Doesn't matter how you know me. It's how I'm being perceived in this moment. You piss off all the neighbors when you do that. Okay. Good night, everybody. Have a happy life. We already did that bit. All right. I don't know when I'll be back again. Maybe tonight, because I don't work Saturday. Probably not Saturday, because I work Sunday. And so on and so forth. Thanks. So could be back tonight. Might be back a couple days from now. Who knows? I don't know. I don't schedule the stream for a reason. I go with the flow, and I help where it's needed. So I'm available to make my own schedule, but I'm also available to others to schedule me. So it's also open schedule policy. The books are open. So if you want to book a reading or buy a book, you can visit my website. Hear some music. It's all free. You can sign up to become a member as well. There's some stuff you can pay for, like merch or memberships for certain things, but there is a lot of content that you can consume just with your eyes and your ears. No charge to you. It's also a link tree for more than my website has to offer. Anyway, feast away. I'll see you next time, whenever that is. I hope you do enjoy this great day, because it's great indeed. As not every day can be. You must enjoy them when they are here for us to see that, yes, life is good, even if hard things happen. Okay. Yes. I'm getting Calliope musical vibes. How does that go? Something to what my eyes found. I dreamed this dream would never end. That's a good one. I would like to share that song before I go as well. From a long time ago. Okay, I think this is a good rendition, but it is like a live one. Okay. Alright, so listen to that, enjoy it, go to bed or have a good day. Listen to the whole album, actually. Time Owes You Nothing. It's great. I used to listen to it on repeat when I was still very depressed. Because I had the CD in my truck, my car, my Explorer, yeah. And I was a delivery driver, and so when I didn't do alternative medicines and I didn't know what PMDD was, I did things like be annoying and listen to the same repetitive music over and over again, which is a pretty crazy notion, but some stuff worked. And listening to other people be hopeful about life and have something good to say about it inspired me to get through another fucking day. You know what I mean? Like, I couldn't explain it. There was no other help. I didn't have the support groups. I didn't have the resources. I didn't have the awareness of what PMDD was or what my behavior was. So here's a link to the album. Sorry, I was just getting that. What is 9 people here? And I'm like leaving. Okay. I'm so good at that. Why don't you say? I also need to start uploading my videos because we got disconnected. So I had that 4-hour stream that I was like, I meant to start uploading earlier. And it's like, if I gotta stay up and do it, I might as well be streaming while I do it. So give me another minute. How y'all doing? I am wrapping it up for the evening. You can check out some of my links. I dropped my links in some music that's some old friends of mine, just that I enjoy. I didn't do any tarot tonight, but if you would like to talk to us. Oh, the stream got disconnected. Wait, waking hours was tonight. Wait, so the stream got. Wait. No, that was last night. Okay. But I didn't upload them. Okay. This was not last night, but the other night when this. Okay, I have a bunch of videos. God damn it. I gotta export all of these. glad I checked that out before I got on. So, very cool stuff. Very cool stuff. Just organizing my things before I go. All right. I don't know when I'll be back, but I'll be looking forward to seeing you again. Good night, good luck, good day, all that stuff. Enjoy your breakfast, lunch, your dinner, your snacks, everything else that you got planned and packed. I hope that everything really does greet you with the joy that I feel greeting life itself and all of you as I can here on the stream. Please do consider a tribute, consider subscribing, consider buying something, consider clicking, liking, joining, supporting me openly and loudly and proudly, as so many don't, and some very special ones do. Thank you all so much. Until we meet again, hopefully soon.